3 years after my wife died, I found a locked box with my name on it. Inside was a photograph proving she had lied to me for our entire marriage. And the man standing beside her in that picture looked exactly like me. My name is Dorian. For 16 years, I believed I knew everything about my wife, Celine. I was wrong. The box was hidden behind insulation panels in our attic. Attached to it was a note written in her handwriting. Please forgive me. Those 3 words terrified me more than anything. I spent the next hour trying to open it. When the lock finally broke, I found 3 things: a photograph, a letter, and a birth certificate. The photograph showed Celine standing beside a man who looked almost identical to me. Same eyes, same face, same smile. At first, I thought it was an old picture of me. Then I saw the date. The photo had been taken 3 years before I met her. My stomach dropped. The birth certificate was even worse. Father's name, Adrian Vale, the same man from the picture. The child was a little girl, a daughter, and according to the date, she was born during the first year of our marriage. I couldn't breathe. We never had children. For 16 years, Celine told me she couldn't get pregnant. Now I was staring at proof she had a daughter she never told me existed. I opened the letter. The first line nearly made me collapse. Dorian, before you hate me, you deserve to know the truth about Adrian. For the next 10 minutes, my entire world fell apart. Adrian wasn't her ex-boyfriend. He wasn't an affair. He was my older brother, the brother I never knew existed. According to the letter, my father had another family before I was born, a family he abandoned. Adrian grew up angry and bitter. Years later, Celine met him by accident while researching my family's history. That's when she learned the truth. The man she had started dating was actually related to me. By the time she discovered it, Adrian had already disappeared from her life. Months later, she met me. She never told me. She was terrified. Terrified I would leave. Terrified my family would explode. Terrified of losing the only happiness she had ever found. Then came the biggest revelation. The little girl wasn't Adrian's daughter. She was mine. I reread the sentence 5 times. Celine had secretly undergone fertility treatment after years of failed attempts. I had donated samples during medical testing and completely forgotten about it. A clinic error had mixed records. The girl had been placed for adoption after severe financial problems and a complicated legal dispute. Celine spent years trying to fix the mistake. Years trying to find her. But she never succeeded. At the bottom of the letter was an address and one final sentence. If you're reading this, she's old enough to decide whether she wants to know you. For 3 days, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think. Part of me wanted to burn the letter and pretend none of it existed. Instead, I drove 6 hours to the address, a small town near the coast. I stood outside a bookstore for almost 30 minutes, because according to the file, my daughter worked there. My daughter. A phrase that still felt unreal. Eventually, I walked inside. A young woman was organizing books on a shelf. The moment she looked up, my heart stopped. She had Celine's eyes. But everything else was mine. For several seconds, neither of us spoke. Then she smiled politely and asked if I needed help. I almost turned around. Instead, I said, I think I knew your mother. The smile disappeared. She froze, slowly, very slowly. She asked, Celine? My hands started shaking. She already knew her name. As it turned out, Celine had spent years sending anonymous birthday gifts, anonymous letters, anonymous support, never revealing who she was, never revealing the truth. For 4 hours we talked. I showed her the photographs, the letters, the documents, everything. At sunset, she asked me the question I feared most. Why didn't she tell me? I looked at the final page of Celine's letter, then read it aloud. Because I spent my whole life making one terrible mistake after another. I couldn't bear the thought of hurting you too. The young woman cried. I cried. And for the first time in years, I finally understood the burden Celine had carried. 6 months later, my daughter invited me to her wedding. When I walked her down the aisle, I kept thinking about the locked box, a secret hidden for 16 years, a secret that nearly destroyed everything. Yet somehow, it also gave me the family I never knew I had. And every year now, on the anniversary of Celine's death, my daughter and I visit her grave together. We leave white roses, stand quietly, and thank the woman whose final secret changed both our lives forever.